If you have a dog that reacts to triggers such as people, dogs, noise, and traffic, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make. Recently, I was driving along the motorway, and on a bridge above me, I could see that a lady was standing there with her dog on a short lead, and she was letting him bark at the passing cars underneath him. Now I could see, even though I was in the car quite a few meters below them, I could see that the dog was very worked up. He was very anxious. He was really reacting strongly. All his hackles were up. He was barking quite consistently and intensely at the moving vehicles whilst the woman stood next to him. Now, I think what she was trying to do was actually get him used to the traffic by exposing him to it and just putting him in that situation for long enough that eventually it just became sort of background noise. And I can completely understand why a lot of people think this can work. But actually, it's one of the things that can be most detrimental to your dog's training and progress when you're trying to overcome reactions to triggers. So with that in mind, what can we do instead? If we use the example of the dog on the bridge, his trigger was traffic. So instead, he would need to be put at a distance from the traffic. We're talking potentially sort of 50 meters or so, and desensitizing him to passing traffic at that point. If he's not taking food, if he's not being able to focus on his mum, if he's not enjoying the environment, we know that at this point he's already over threshold, so we would need to increase the distance even more. But when we get to a point where the dog can relax, the dog is showing natural behaviours and isn't fixated on the traffic, each time we can move a little bit closer. Now, depending on the dog and depending on their history, this might take quite a few weeks. For some dogs, this might even take a few months. But we want to expose them in a way that they still feel safe and secure and they aren't practicing the habit of reacting, barking, and feeling really scared with that trigger.